All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about a really clever scientific tool. It's something that helps us figure out what's actually happening versus what we just think is happening. You know that feeling you try a new supplement, maybe a new brand of coffee, and suddenly you feel incredible. But was it really the new thing? Or was it just because you expected to feel better? That exact question, that's a huge challenge that scientists have been trying to solve forever. And that right there gets us to this amazing, powerful force that we all have: expectation. I mean, the belief that something is going to work can be so strong that your brain can literally trick you into feeling like it is working. Yeah, this whole thing has a name, and it's a major character in our story today. It's called the placebo effect. It's when you feel a real, genuine improvement from something that, well, it has no actual power to help you. It's your belief doing all the heavy lifting. So this is really the core of the problem, right? You've got two things happening at once. There's what the drug or treatment actually does chemically in your body, and then there's what your brain thinks it's going to do. If we want to find out the real truth, we absolutely have to pull those two things apart. Okay, so how on earth do we do that? How do we actually outsmart our own brains? Well, lucky for us, science came up with a pretty brilliant way to do exactly that. And here it is, the double-blind study. So here's how it works. You have a group of people, right? Some of them get the real deal, the actual medicine. Others get a fake, like a sugar pill. That's the placebo. But here's the magic trick. Nobody knows who got which one. Not the person taking it and not the researcher giving it to them. Nobody finds out until the whole thing is over. And that's why the word double is so important. See, in a single blind study, only the participant is in the dark. That's good. It helps with the placebo effect. But the researcher, they know who's getting what. And even if they don't mean to, they could give it away. You know, with a little nod, or maybe they ask a question in a slightly different way. A double-blind study gets rid of that problem completely. Everyone is in the dark. Because it takes bias out of the picture from both sides, the patient and the doctor. This kind of study is what we call the gold standard in research. It is, hands down, the best, most trustworthy way we have to prove that a new treatment actually works, all by itself. So when a drug makes it through one of these tests, we can be really confident that the results are real. It's not just people's hopes and expectations. And this isn't just some academic exercise. This is the super high bar that organizations like the FDA set before any new drug can be sold to you and me. It's all about finding out what's objectively true. So to really boil it down, the genius of the double-blind method is how it just cuts through all that psychological noise. It gets rid of the patient's wishful thinking, it gets rid of the researcher's subtle biases, and what's left behind? Just the pure, clear effect of the treatment itself. That's how we get results we can actually hang our hats on. I mean, there's something really cool about it, isn't there? It's like we humans recognized our own built-in flaws, our tendency to see what we want to see, and then we design this incredibly clever system to work around those flaws, all in the name of finding out what's really going on. But here's the thing. This isn't just for scientists in white lab coats. This way of thinking, it's a powerful tool you can use in your own life. It's about questioning your assumptions and just trying to see things a little more clearly. And, what better way to really get a feel for this than to try it out for yourself? So let's do it. We're going to walk through a super simple, kind of fun experiment you can do literally right now at home. Yup, we're going to set up our very own mini study. It's a taste test, and it's designed to see how your expectations might be messing with something as basic as your own taste buds. You ready for this? Okay, here's the plan. First, you need a partner in crime. You're going to be the participant, and they'll be the researcher. Now, have your partner get two different versions of something you have a really strong opinion about. Like, maybe you swear that name brand soda tastes way better than the generic one. Your partner secretly labels them A and B, so you can't tell which is which. Then you taste both, and you make your choice. I gotta say, the real answer might totally surprise you. And really, that little taste test is just the beginning. It makes you wonder, right? What other things are you absolutely convinced are true? How many of those beliefs are shaped more by what you expect to be true than what's actually real? Thinking this way, it's a huge tool for figuring things out and getting a little closer to the truth for yourself.